it's time for me to be complete trash. Welcome back to another top 10 of my favourite songs by my favourite artists. This time we are going to be talking about OK Rock. I have become complete OK Rock trash over the past couple of months. I have been listening to them for over a year now, but it's only within the past 2 or 3 months that I have became beyond obsessed. It's getting out of control, and I've been just itching to make this video ever since I made the Green Day one. It took me a while to determine my top 10 because this is one of the very few bands that there is literally not a bad song. Like, I've not found a song that I don't like. Yes, there's ones that I prefer, but there's not one that I absolutely like hate or find annoying. So that's when you know a band is really, really good. Like the Green Day one, I will link a playlist down below with all of the OK Rock songs that I mention. That does include the honourable mentions, so feel free to go and listen to that. Okay, so number 10 is one of the first songs that I was absolutely obsessed with. When I started listening to them just over a year ago now, I only really listened to their album 35, the deluxe edition, which is the English version because they do have a Japanese version of the album. I only really listened to that. There was 3 songs on that album that I was absolutely obsessed with. All 3 songs are on the list, so just have to wait to see what the other 2 were. That is Memories. I really want to hear this song live. I feel like I've seen live videos of it, and I feel like this song would just be like amazing live, but they don't play it live anymore, unfortunately, which is so sad. One of my favourite things about this song is when Taka sings "Go On and Fuck Yourself." For a while I felt as if I was kind of growing out of like rock music. I was very much more set on like pop punk and pop. People argue that OK Rock are going pop. Well, I mean, I can kind of see it with their last album, but with 35 I don't see it. I feel as if Memories is a good song to just kind of rock out to.
Memory, memory now, you are nothing but a memory, memory now, you are burning out, watch out all the fire in your eyes, watch and you can see it in my memory, memory now, go on and fuck yourself.
Also, if I mention a song that is on 35 or Ambitions, on Spotify, it's only the English albums on it. Go and listen to the Japanese versions because majority of the time I actually prefer the Japanese versions. Yeah, so like go onto YouTube and find the Japanese versions of like Memories and any other songs that I mentioned that is just the English version. Number 9 is Remake. Remake was probably one of the first songs other than The Beginning and Clock Strikes, but when I first listened to them I wasn't that obsessed with them. It was the first song that I had listened to that was released before 35 that I was like obsessed with and kind of got me starting to listen to a bit more of their older stuff. I can't remember why I listened to I think I was on Spotify and I think I was listening to like their most popular songs, you know, when it comes up at like the top it's like the most popular, the most streamed or whatever, and Remake was there and it came on and I was like, oh my god, this song is great. Remake is on Zankyo Reference, which was, I believe, was the album they released in 2011. I've grown to really, really like Zankyo Reference. It's not my favourite OK Rock album. You will discover what my favourite OK Rock album is in a minute. But it's a contender for being up there at the top. If you're going to go and listen to Zankyo Reference, first song you should listen to is Remake because I feel like that really kind of sets you up for like, this could be a great album.
I can't believe in you, I see you, another day, another way, no water. See you, baby.
Number 8 is one of their most popular songs and is one that I've already mentioned, and I said that when I first listened to it I wasn't that obsessed with it, but now that I've listened to it more it has 100% grown on me. That is The Beginning. Now this song I feel is one that really proves that even if One OK Rock never released full English albums again, they still have the potential to do incredibly well in English speaking countries. This song is on my favourite album. I've mentioned before on this channel, and every time I say the name I feel as if I just like ruin it because obviously I can't speak Japanese. That album is Jinsei Kakete Bokuwa. That album was released in 2013. It's the album they released before 35, so before like they started to become slightly more westernized, if you will. But not just this song, but this whole album shows that they do have potential of breaking into the Western world without having to come out with full English albums.
Just tell me why, baby. They might call me crazy for saying I'd fight until there is no more. Blinded, I can't see the end. So where do I begin?
Yeah, you can tell when the Japanese parts comes in because I can't sing it. Number 7 is another song that I think is fairly popular, even though I don't think it was a single. That is Wherever You Are. This song was on another one of their best albums in my opinion, Niche Syndrome, which was released in 2010. Yes, 2010. It's just a really nice, slower song. I think it's really cute because Taka has said that when he was writing this song, he was actually thinking of his friend, I think it was his friend, that was getting married. It's just a really, really beautiful song, and the live performance of it, oh my god. I've done like a live performance of this, both just kind of normal and acoustic, and both just get to me. This is the one that like in the chorus I can sing the Japanese part. Also I like to think I can sing the Japanese part. I'm probably saying it completely wrong, but
Wherever you are, I always make you smile. Wherever you are, I'm always by your side. Whatever you say, kimi wa amou kimochi. I promise you forever right now. Oh yeah.
do you like my attempt at singing some Japanese there? Number 6 is another song that is on Jinsei Kakete Bakuwa. And that is Juvenile. You know those songs when you listen to for the first time and you're just like, yes. That was one of those songs for me. You just get the odd songs where you're like, I am in love, yes, and then you just have it on repeat forever and you never get bored of it, and it's just like, it becomes an iconic song for you. Juvenile is one of those songs, I don't know why, like, it's just, it's the chorus that gets to me. It's just a fabulous song, and it had to be on the list because, you know, it was one of those songs that I was like, yes, you.
Don't be shy whenever you want something. What you waiting for? Find your door. Cause life is full of points you score. Days coming, all the best becoming day on your mind.
I really need to learn all of that song, all the lyrics to that song, because that song is just fully in English. Number 5 is another song that I was like, yes to, and I didn't know what order to put this one and Juvenile in because they're kind of both on the same level for me. Again, it's on Jinsei Kakete Bokuwa. Onion. Onion is capitalized with an exclamation mark, and it has my favorite lyric. Life is like an onion. That is an actual lyric in the song, and it literally, I don't know, when I first heard it I was like, what the fuck?
Peel it over and over again. Life is like an onion.
I've listened to this song so many times, and still to this day, every time I listen to it, I think of Shrek and how ogres have layers. I don't know if that was what One OK Rock were going for when they were like writing this song, but that's the vibe I get from it. But yeah, no, it's just a really good like rock song. I feel like it's just one where I just want to like jump up and down and go a little bit crazy. And I totally forgot to make like a big deal that this was the top 5. It got into the top 5.
Lay up and layer it down to the core. Crying, don't even know what for.
Number 4. What song just missed out on being in the top 3? It is another one of the songs that won 35 that made me just fall in love with One OK Rock. This one, I believe, was one of the very, very, very first ones that I listened to. It was either this one or the other one that is still to be announced that I listened to first, and I was like, damn! Before I listened to the whole 35 album, I just had like this song and the other one on repeat. And I was just like in love, and it's still one of my favourite songs. I don't think I'll ever grow tired of it, and that is Mighty Long Fall. I actually 100% prefer the Japanese version of Mighty Long Fall, so go onto YouTube and look for the Japanese version.
Don't go, it's a mighty long fall when you thought love was a top. Oh no, it's a wake-up call when your life went into shock. It seems like gravity keeps pulling us back down. Don't go, it's a mighty long fall when you know sun is up.
Okay, so now we are on to the top 3. This next song was, other than the beginning and Clock Strikes, was the first song that I listened to that was on Jinsei Kakete Boku wa, and again, it was another song that as soon as I listened to it, I was like, oh my god, this is a jam. I am gonna have this on repeat for the rest of my life. And that is a Deeper Deeper. The beat of it just, oh my god, it just gets to me. I don't know why. Like, the music is like, oh, so freaking good, and I just love it so much. And Taka's scream at the beginning gives me life. Oh my god, it gives me life. When it's on the album, it gives me life. When he does it in concert, I'm just like shook.
Deep, 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 deeper we go. Feel alone, but it's oh so simple. Let it go down, down, down the line. So I can't see. Mighty story, don't hide it from me. Good days.
Number 2 is the song that I mentioned when I was talking about Mighty Long Fall, and that is The Way Back. I think The Way Back was actually the first One OK Rock song that I listened to. It was either The Way Back or Mighty Long Fall, and this one, I remember listening to this because it was one of those songs that just sent shivers down me. You know how you get those songs and you're like, yes, instantly. That was what I was like with The Way Back, but there was something more to it. I don't know, it sent like shivers down me. And again, it's the English version that's on the Spotify playlist, but go and listen to the Japanese version. If you watch the music video, it's the Japanese version.
You know the way ain't bad, you just crashed right into me, but it's not so easy now. Oh, the way ain't bad, when you only had one face. Saving grace now. You know the way ain't bad.
Before we get into number 1, before we get to my favourite One OK Rock song ever, of course I have to give some honourable mentions. First is actually not on Spotify, so if you want to listen to it, I will link a video on YouTube of it, because this one is on the Japanese edition of Ambitions. That is 2020. This one is my favourite on Ambitions, so it's annoying that it's actually on the Japanese edition. Another honourable mention is, let me see if I can read this, Kansen Kankaku Dreamer. The song is on Niche Syndrome and is one that they still perform live, I believe. Heartache, which is on 35. Again, I actually prefer the Japanese version of Heartache, but the English version is still good. Yume Yume, which is, which was on their first album, their very first album, which was released in like 2007, I think? 2008? 2007 it was released, so 10 years ago now. But I've only put this one in here, right, mostly because of Toru's rapping. On the first album, Toru does some rapping, and I wish that he rapped again because it literally gives me life. And then the last honourable mention is one that I just felt I had to put in because it's a fairly popular one, and that's Clock Strikes. So my number one favourite One OK Rock song is Be the Light. This is, of course, on my favourite album, Jinsei Kakete Boku wa. Every time I say that, I'm like probably destroying it even more. This song is so beautiful and inspiring, and I think it's 100% a song that, with everything that's happened in the world recently, especially with what happened in Manchester, it's a song that we should listen to and just really kind of take note of it and think that even though these situations, these attacks and, you know, these terrible things that happen in the world are that terrible and horrendous, and, you know, people lose their lives and people's lives are changed forever, we can't let that prevent us from continuing on with life and from seeing the light. I actually tweeted about this song after what happened in Manchester. I was like, guys, let's listen to this song, let's just keep going, and I actually am planning on getting Be the Light tattooed.
You have seen hell and made it back again. How to forget? We can't forget the lives that were lost along the way. And then you realize that wherever you go, there you are. Time won't stop, so we keep moving on. Yesterday's night turns to light. Tomorrow's night returns to light. Oh, be the light.
So yeah, that was my top 10 favourite One OK Rock songs, plus some honourable mentions. Feel free to let me know down below what your favourite One OK Rock songs are. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. Goodbye. Be the light.